Today let's solve questions related to circuit theory or network theory in 2019 Telangana ESET ECE question paper. So the first question, the network consisting of linear resistors and ideal voltage sources, if the value of resistors is double then the voltage across each resistor. So if you observe, voltage across each resistor is constant or unchanged. Now what is the logical reasoning? So if the resistors are in series in a network, now with the resistance, if you have n resistors and you have a voltage source of voltage V, then the current in each resistance will be I and equivalent resistance will be NR. So as per Ohm's law, I is equal to V by NR, which means voltage across each resistance is current V is equal to V by NR into R, which is V by N. Now if each resistor is doubled, which means 2 times if the resistance is increased, then the equal resistance will be 2NR, and even then the current will be V by 2N into R. Now voltage will be current into voltage, current is V by 2NR into 2R. So here also it will be V by N. So if you observe, in neither cases the voltage remains constant. Next, a network is said to be reciprocal if it satisfies. So if the ratio of voltage at one port to the current at other port is same as the ratio of the positions of the voltage and current interchanged, then the network is said to be reciprocal network. Next, Q factor of a coil in a series resonance is, so the Q factor is generally given by the formula 1 by R into root L by C or omega naught L by R. So in an ideal series RLC circuit, the tuned Q factor is given by this particular formula. Okay, so next, if both roots of a second order differential equation for a series RLC circuit are real and equal, then the oscillations are. So if you remember the condition, the roots of a second order equation will be in the form minus R by 2L plus or minus root over R square minus 4L by C divided by 2L. So here the condition, if you observe this determinant, if R square is greater than 4L by C, it is overdamped, and if R square is equal to 4L by C, it is critically damped, and if R square is less than 4L by C, it is underdamped. Remember these conditions. So if you observe, since the roots are, now what is the question given? Real and equal, it is critically damped, because this particular term will be 0, because for critically damped R square is equal to 4L by C. Next, the imaginary part of a complex frequency is also called, so S is equal to alpha plus j omega. So the complex frequency consists of two parts, the real part and imaginary part, and the real part of a complex frequency is called Neper frequency, and this imaginary frequency is called radian frequency. So radian frequency is expressed in radians per second, and it is related to frequency or periodic time. So this is called radian frequency and this is called Neper frequency. Next, the number of branches incident of a node of graph is called, nodes can be incident to one or more elements. The number of branches incident at a node of a graph is called degree of the node. So if you observe, this is the answer. Next, if a series of resistors are star connected R1, R2, R3, then the resistance between 2 and 3 in a delta connection will be. So here I'll try to show you all the formulas related to star and delta connection. So this PDF is prepared by me and it is available in the link provided in the description of this YouTube video. You can go to it. So if this is your star and this is your delta network, so if I am having a resistance RC between R2 and R3, so simply remember RC is between R2 and R3. So it will be multiplication of R2 into R3 divided by sum of all the resistors. So remember one formula and you can get the other values. Now, how do I calculate the value of a resistor? Now I have converted delta to star. Now how do I convert star to delta? Now if I have resistance RA, RB, RC, now if I take the algebraic sum of two resistors at a time, sigma RA into RB. So I take two resistance RA, RB, RB, RC and RC, RA. All the three resistors. Now in between C and A, if you have the opposite diagonal RB opposite. So R2 will be simply product of all the two resistors taken two at a time divided by the opposite resistance. So try to remember this notation. Automatically you can write the formulas directly. So if you observe the options, you can directly tell this particular answer. Next, the matrix formed by link branches of a tie-set matrix is, so matrix formed by link branches of a tie-set matrix, as the direction of the basic loops of tree are taken along with the direction of link currents, then the matrix formed by the link currents will be the identity matrix. Remember this. So next, what is the range of phase variation for reflection coefficient in transmission line? So reflection phase varies between 0 to minus 180 degrees and 180 degrees to 0 degrees continuously with frequency. So this is your answer. So with this, all the questions related to circuit theory are completed in this 2019 question paper. So let's solve 2000 questions related to circuit theory in 2020 Telangana ESET ECE question paper. First question. So two resistors 5 ohm and 10 ohm are connected parallel across 30 volts. So what is the concept of parallel? So in between these both nodes are connected. So just remember the voltage 30 volts will be across this 5 ohms will be still available also on the 10 ohms also. So simply both the resistors will be having same voltage. So in parallel circuit diagram, voltage drop across all the parallel elements will be same across it. Now this will apply to current in a series circuit. Next, which of the following laws is basis for mesh analysis? So mesh analysis is basically based on Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is used to determine unknown currents in a given circuit. Mesh analysis is also called loop analysis, and after finding the mesh currents using KVL, voltages anywhere in a given circuit can be determined using Ohm's law. So let's go to the next question. For a network with B branches and N nodes, the number of twigs of a tree are, so the number of twigs is given of a tree are given by the formula n minus 1. So if you see, for twigs it is this, and number of links is given by the formula b minus n plus 1. Now how did we get this? So L dash, the number of links is b minus L, and here L is the earlier twigs. So if I substitute it, B minus N minus 1 will become this. Next, Norton's equivalent consists of I Norton. You will be having a current source parallel to a resistor R Norton across the load resistance. So current source in parallel with resistance is your Norton's theorem, and voltage source in series with the resistance is Thevenin's theorem. Next, so 3 equal resistance of 10 ohms are collected in a delta. So this, you have 3 resistors, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm. Now star equivalent will be, so if I take this, so simply if I remember, ten into 10 divided by 10 plus 10 plus 10. So 100 divided by 30, which is 10 by 3 ohms. This is my answer. Next, for any series RLC circuit, Q is your quality factor and B is bandwidth and FR is resonant frequency. Now try to remember this. Quality factor is the maximum or peak energy stored in a circuit to the energy dissipated by the resistance during the cycle of oscillation. So it is ratio of frequency to bandwidth. So if I simply write this in terms of frequency, FR is bandwidth into quality factor. Next, so the time constants of a DC excited circuit tau is L by R, whereas for a RC circuit tau is equal to RC. Next, a band pass filter is one which, so band pass filter is one which is defined as a device that allows frequencies with a specific frequency range and rejects or attenuates frequencies outside that particular range. So low pass filter is used to isolate signals which have frequencies higher than the cutoff frequency. So see this, it will pass frequencies between two designated frequencies and attenuates all the other frequencies. Next, so reflection coefficient K of a transmission line, this is a parameter that describes how much wave is reflected by impedance discontinuity in transmission medium. It is equal to the ratio of amplitude of the reflected wave to the incident wave, which is expressed in the form of phasors. So see, reflected at the load to the incident voltage at the load. Next, what is the following use of impedance matching in transmission line? Always remember, quarter wave transformer is a simple impedance transformer which is used for impedance matching in order to minimize energy which is reflected when the transmission line is connected to a load. So with this, the questions related to 2020 are also completed.